So PCOS is typically characterized by excess androgen, so like male hormones in the body. So I had like high testosterone and also low progesterone. So then what would happen is I had really irregular cycle. Like there was a point in time where it was like 3 times a year. That's it. My cycle really bad because when you have, excess androgens, you're going to end up with hormonal acne. So typically that's characterized by acne from like here to like even onto your neck. It's very much just the half of your face.
Hmm.
I also had trouble like digesting sugars and carbs. There was weight gain. There was severe like mood instability. I'm kind of lucky with the symptoms I did get because you can get male pattern baldness. You can get like excess body hair growth. Like it just creates a full mess, and it can even result in like poor muscle formation because women typically build their muscle with like estrogen and human growth hormone, not testosterone.
Right, right. So, what was the change that you made that you noticed it? Because you said when you were doing the vegan thing, or that was when it was its worst. What were some of the? Because I get this question a lot, and about PCOS. What were the things that you did personally? Of course, you're an individual that has to be clarified as always. But what were some of the things that you noticed just made it like noticeably different, better or improved? Like, what were some of the key things that you've done?
I just want to say, like, just in case anyone misconstrues, I wasn't vegan. I was just like cutting out
Okay.
meat. I would still have some fish and stuff, but I wasn't like, oh, I'm vegan. So I just felt pressured to do that.
Were you plant-based? Would you call it plant-based?
No, no, no. I never said anything like that. And I was just sort of trying it and like seeing how I went. And evidently it was well. So after a while, what I ended up, I went to so many doctors trying to be like, what the hell is wrong with my body? And so many were like, oh, no, like here's a pill, like that'll like regulate you. And I'm like, but that doesn't, like, that's not even real. That just stops your hormonal cycle. So it's just creating mess on top of mess, really. And so then I was doing research myself, and then I went to like a holistic GP, and then I went to a gynecologist and like a bunch of other places, and they finally did the blood test, and they're like, okay, yeah, your stuff is all messed up. And they were like, yeah, this is clearly what's happening. And then we went and got my like little sister. I was like to my mom, I was like, oh, you should probably like get her as well. And mom was like, you know what? I had all these same symptoms as you, so I reckon I had it. And then we got my little sister tested. She has it. It can be genetic, can run in family lines.
Okay.
Because none of us were overweight. Like we just all happened to have all these issues. What I found made a big difference though was one of the tests I got done flagged up actually insulin resistant. And my body, as like, because I was like, why does it feel like every time I'm just constantly gaining weight? I'll eat well, I'll eat, like my brown rice, protein and whatever, and I'm still just like packing on weight for no reason. I'm training hard, like I feel like I'm eating right, and yet my body wasn't using it correctly. So what I did for a period of time, and I made some videos about it, is I actually swapped into a ketogenic diet to pull my fats right up, to pull my carbs right down, just to reset everything. I was getting blood tests every 4 weeks while I was doing this.
Wow.
And I say sometimes, I'm like, please don't jump into this. Like, if you don't know what you're doing, please like work with a profession and help you do this, because it's something you can mess up. And I was getting tested the whole way through just to make sure that, my urea levels aren't too high, my mercury levels aren't too high. I was messing things up too badly. But there's a lot of people who just go out and guess what they're doing when it comes to that diet. And it is a medical diet. It was created for like medical uses. I was doing that for a while, and then I got to a point where I was like, you know what? I just really want some goddamn sweet potatoes. So my training had gone to shit, because I love weight training, but I had been following keto for about 11 months to like reset everything. And then I found when I jumped off it and I slowly started increasing my carb intake to, sweeter, some brown rice, like some like more regular potato. God damn, I love regular potato. But like when I started bringing that stuff back in, my body now acts so differently. I still try to put it around my training time, but it's crazy how differently my body reacts to starches and these kinds of foods. Because like when I got that blood test done again, they're like, yeah, you don't have any resistance to it anymore. It's the one where they make you like drink the little sugar liquid and they like check your blood multiple times, and yeah, it went away. And I think that, as well as like if you have insulin resistance, talk to someone, because it might be an option. But if you don't have insulin resistance with your PCOS, there's no reason to jump on something so drastic. There's no reason to go low carb. There's no reason to do anything like that. But for most people with PCOS, I would say make sure that your dietary fats are there. Our body creates hormones from cholesterol. So it needs to have a little bit of cholesterol, a little bit of saturated fat and healthy fats and lean protein, and not getting your carbs from donuts, like sugars. Like if I eat 2,000 calories of donuts, that's not the same as 2,000 calories of brown rice.
You want more Daily Swole podcast? I fucking know you do. Go subscribe to the Daily Swole podcast on YouTube and get slapped with that knowledge cock every single day.